Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Paula. Before I start, I'll give a quick introduction to myself and what this video is about. For me in 2021, my husband and I, we were introduced to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints with the help of some amazing missionaries. Eventually, we got sealed in February 2024. And when we got called when we went to the family ward, we started going to the family ward, I was called to be the ward librarian. I'm in the library right now. And which I'm super stoked about. I love books, I love archiving, and I love doing research. I wish I could give you a quick tour. We have a lot of great materials. You can see all the materials behind me. There's a lot of media right there, and also across the way we have a lot of posters and back copies of old old magazines. So anyway, this is really why I'm making this video and this series of videos. I believe, because of the diligence of the librarian before me, shout out to Sister Myrna, we probably have the best collection of materials in the whole state, probably this side of Utah. And well, this is the first video in a series of videos that I'll be making about great finds in the library. So I'm going to start with No One Can Take Your Place. It's by Sherry Dew. It was published in 2004 by Deseret Books. And so this is what this video is about, and this is what this video series is about. If you like the idea, then you can definitely like and subscribe, or just let me know when you want to see more videos. I could send it to you, email, whatever it is. Let's get into it. Okay, so this book, it's I picked it up because I really liked what is said here on the side here. It was just the questions. It was, have you ever wondered if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing with your life? Maybe you have a testimony of Jesus Christ, but aren't quite sure that he will really help you with your problems. Or, like most of us, maybe you have those days when you just don't see how you'll ever measure up. And this book is claiming that it will help you with those questions, with catching a glimpse of the power of our Father in heaven, what he wants you to do here while you're here, how to overcome temptations, and how to shine as a leader in the world. That's a good point, the leader part, because so that's what chapter 1 is about. This book is divided into 4 sections. The first one is we are men and women of God. The second section is about standing tall and standing together. The third section, it's in 3 sections. The third section is we were born to lead. Okay, so I felt like I could make just a quick video out of every chapter, just in case you are not able to exactly get this book. But if you can definitely read it all yourself. I promise I'll not give any spoilers alert. Spoilers. Okay, so in this video I'll talk about chapter 1. We will not flinch. It has a beginning quote here, and it says, "Premortally, in the most difficult of circumstances, we stood loyally by our Father and his Son, and we did not flinch." The question for us today is, how will we do it again? And so she has a quote here that I really liked from President George Q. Cannon, which states that when Satan unleashed his fury against the Father and the Son in the premortal world and was cast out of heaven, we who are here today stood loyally by God and by Jesus and did not flinch. That's from Gospel Truth. And so she presents the definition of flinch. Webster's definition of flinch is to shrink from or to tense involuntarily in fear, which I didn't know that until reading this book. So there's the first thing I learned. And so to flinch is to shrink from or to tense involuntarily in fear. And she goes on to say that, there's a lot of things in this world that can make us flinch, that ought to make us flinch, like anything like distractions, deceptions, any snares of the enemy, temptations. But we have it in us to not shrink away from those things or be affected by them, because we faced something in the premortal life that was even way crazier than anything here, and we didn't flinch then. So how do we get to that point now? She starts with some examples from scriptures. For the first example was Moses, from the book of Moses, about how when he was tempted by the enemy to get to worship to Satan, he said, "I don't know you, get away from me. I already know God and you are not him," right? And then the second example was the example of Abinadi. He died a martyr's death because he would not retract his words and his testimony of Christ. How often are we in such a situation and we end up retracting what we said before in an effort to people please or to stay safe? Not necessarily just physically safe, but just to keep things safe, for just energetically, right? And then so the third example is of Jacob when he was confronted by Sherem, the Antichrist, who knew how to draw upon the power of the devil, but he wasn't confused by the wiles of the enemy. He knew the truth and he stood by it. So, and there, of course, there's many more men and women in scriptures, but she basically states that they were unflinching because they believed in Jesus Christ. They knew the fundamental doctrine of the gospel, and they knew how to draw upon the power of God. And the question for us is, do we have an impenetrable testimony of Jesus Christ? Because that is a key tool that we would have to have unflinching faith in a world of deception and snares and other influences, basically. Another part I really liked in chapter 1 was the questions that she has in the next pages. Do we know how to get answers to prayer? How to receive personal revelation? Do we understand that when we leave the temple, we emerge armed with power? What kind of power it is and how we gain access to that power? Do we know that the power of Jesus Christ is greater than any power Satan can muster? Do we understand who we are? Do we know if the phrase, "the great and noble ones," has anything to do with us? Do we understand, have we experienced for ourselves, that the atonement can heal our broken hearts, can help us turn our mortal weaknesses into strength? These are very interesting questions that we can ask ourselves in meditation or just in prayer. She closes out with just, again, a quote from Nephi. "If we will press forward, feasting upon the word of Christ and endure to the end, we shall have eternal life. And that is because we will not flinch." So, connecting it to myself, the real world, everyday life, unflinching faith, that is something meaning that we would not be easily influenced by the world, that we would be able to stand firm in truths and what we believe in, regardless if we're the minority. Not to get too political, but an election is coming up. Will we be influenced to use our vote to vote dishonestly. Like maybe we don't believe in that the person, but we're going to vote anyway because we don't want to throw away our votes. You know, America, we that would not be telling the truth. And one of the articles of faith in this church is that we believe in being honest. We have to be honest, even if that means standing on our truth alone, like Abinadi and all those other examples, right? That is how we would be a leader in this world, I argue, because there's so many outside influences and distractions that maybe that make me try to take away from our testimony and try to take away words from our very mouths, right? So this book is cool. It helped me think about that. And this is only chapter 1. There's like 13 more chapters, and I'll go through each one of them really quick. So chapter 1, just, you know, being a leader in this world. It's so important. We need more leaders in this world. We need more people that are leaders, because that would mean that we are people. If you're a leader, then you're someone who acts upon the world, the environment, the situation, that you're someone who acts upon the world, not that you are acted upon. Does that make sense? Like, instead of being influenced and being swayed every which way by any wind that just passes by, or any strong, loud voice, or any bigger, like more popular ideas, you are there in your truth as a leader, even if it's just for yourself. That means a lot to me personally. That's something I'm working on, to be a leader in my own life. And so just in chapter 1 alone, this book is working out for me. And if you like what you saw here, definitely give it a like, a follow. Definitely check out this book. I'll go into chapter 2 in the next video. So, from the Ward Library here in the Jewel City of Ward, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!